Audio tracks in Ableton Live 7 can now play back Rex files as well as the AIFF and WAV files that could be played back in previous versions. In this movie we're going to look at the elements that make up a live audio track, and we're also going to look at creating, deleting, and renaming audio tracks. As you can see in this live set, and this is actually my default template set, I've got 2 audio tracks and a MIDI track. I'm going to go to my live browser here and select a loop and drag it directly onto an audio track. And as you can see, once a loop is added to an audio track, I can begin playback of the loop by clicking the clip launch button. I can stop playback by clicking any of the empty clip slots, which all contain clip stop buttons. I can also stop playback by using the stop clips button over here. Now as you can see, stopping playback of an audio track with one of the clip stop buttons doesn't actually stop playback of the live set. In order to do that, I need to click the stop button right there and double click it to return to the beginning of my live arrangement. Audio tracks can be renamed by clicking on the track title bar, using the key command Command R or Control R on a PC, or by right clicking or control clicking on a Mac and selecting rename from the menu. Type in your new name and hit the return or the enter key, and you've renamed your track. You can also create new live audio tracks by selecting a loop and dragging and dropping it from the browser onto an empty area on the clip device drop area. And again, stopping playback. I'm going to rename this. You can move tracks around in your live sets, both audio and MIDI tracks, by clicking the track title bar and dragging and moving them. Over here, the show hide buttons can be used to show and hide various elements of your audio and MIDI tracks. We'll be looking at MIDI tracks in a separate movie right after this. This shows and hides the in-out section, which we'll be looking at when we get into recording audio and MIDI. This shows and hides the sends, which we'll be using when we're working with Ableton Live's effects. The mixer, which we want to have visible at all times because we'll be doing a lot of our arrangement work, and we'll be looking at that in detail in a second. And the show hide track delays, which you can use to slightly delay your tracks if you've got some latency issues. And the show hide crossfader, and the crossfader you'll use if you're working with Ableton Live to do a DJ set and you want to crossfade between songs. Now going to the mixer section here, I can adjust the volume of my track using the track volume slider. I can activate and deactivate tracks with the track activator. I can solo tracks with the solo cue button. And I can solo multiple tracks at once by holding down the command key on a Mac or control on PC. The track panning knob adjusts panning for each audio track. And you can return the track panning knob to its default value at any time by selecting it and hitting your delete key. As you see, new tracks can be created by dragging and dropping from the browser onto the clip device drop area. You can also create tracks by using the Insert menu and choosing Insert Audio Track, or by using the shortcut Command T on a Mac or Control T on a Windows computer. Well, that's a look at the most important elements of Live's audio tracks. In the next movie, we'll take a look at the elements that make up Live's MIDI tracks.